Shane, 3 firsts, man. First round finish.
Thank you.
Your first finish, winning the amateur featherweight title, man, and turning 21. You know, not too long.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, man. How'd you feeling there, buddy? He came right at you. You know, a little aggressive in there. You stayed composed, and you know, you just took that kid out real quick, man. How'd you feeling there,
dude? It was by far the best I've ever felt before any of my fights. You know, usually in the back, I get too amped up. Or my last fight, if anything, I felt like I was too flat. Where this time I was like in my zone. The whole time I was here, I was just stoked to be here. I woke up today, I felt so good. I felt fantastic in the back, warming up. I felt sharp, and even in the walkout, like I was just enjoying. I enjoyed every piece of the moment. It was just the best. I don't even know what else to say.
Featherweight championship. What were you expecting going into this fight? It's an out-of-stater. There's not really much like talk about him, I guess, in the inner circles around here. But what were you kind of expecting out of this? Obviously, he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
So what I knew about Jordan, I knew that he was very explosive, very powerful. But that only gets you so far. I train with the best coaches in New England. No one can even ask me that. My man Tom Hapers, hashtag Tommy Hapers Muay Thai, Matt Martin, Matty LaRose, you know, I train with Hillary Rose, my man Nick Isofano, and you know, USMMA, it's not a huge gym. We don't have a lot of active fighters, but the coaching and training partners, the level we have is unprecedented. So, you know, I was not doubting my ability of my technique to outweigh any of his explosiveness or athleticism.
Well, seeing your growth in the sport, man, you know, you started in 2016, big gap between, you know, starting that amateur career and finally getting your title shot and winning in, you know, dramatic, you know, highlight reel fashion, man. You know, how is the journey? Like, you know, is this satisfy you right now in the journey? Are you hungry, you know, more hungry now that you just had that finish?
I'm starving. My first fight, I had just turned 18. You know, I've been doing martial arts since I've been doing martial arts since I was a kid, but I was training MMA since I was 14. I was doing Naga tournaments and all sorts of jiu-jitsu tournaments, driving around with my dad everywhere I could go to compete. Then I did some Muay Thai smokers, so when I turned 18, I was like, let's do MMA. But then I went to school, you know, I go to Bridgewater State, and I didn't have a car on campus, so I couldn't do anything freshman year. And then I studied abroad, but once I got back, I was like, all right, it's time to start mixing it up again. And that's when I had my fight against Brett Layton. And I feel like that was the first fight kind of, you know, back to, you know, tearing it up.
So, you know, in the Brett fight and then in your last fight, it took you maybe not a super long time, but it took you at least a little bit to kind of like feel out your opponent, kind of feel out the pace and everything. You kind of did that too here. He hit you with a couple of straight shots. What were you feeling in like the very beginning of the fight?
Yeah, well, I knew that at the end of the day, I could use the rounds to my advantage because my conditioning right now, you know, obviously you guys didn't really get to see it, but my conditioning is through the roof. And I knew that going into the deep waters, he wasn't going to be able to keep my pace once I really started putting it on. And so, you know, I was comfortable in the first round, kind of, you know, feeling the distance, getting used to, you know, what was about to go down with his power, kind of feel out his punches a little bit. But once I started hitting him to the body, I kind of instantly started to feel him break, so I knew I could start putting more pressure and end up getting the finish.
Now, you know, going deeper into your career as you are now, I mean, your competition's getting up there now. This dude had, you know, 6 fights under his belt, man. Are you looking to still, you know, anyone come in here? What are you looking to do as far as competition? What kind of fighters are you looking to, you know, match up against?
Definitely. Well, I mean, if you look at my resume, the one thing that no one can take away from me is my strength of schedule. I mean, they have thrown me to the wolves. My first fight against Sean Schubert, sure, his MMA record wasn't that great, but he's now a Lion Fight amateur champion and is fighting for the No Boundary Championship, which I'm sure he'll win. My second fight was against Brett Lee, an All-American state champ wrestler who was like 51-1 his senior year. So that was that. And then my last fight was against Sean Murren, who, again, MMA record, not so great. Go box that kid. He'll knock you out. He almost knocked me out. So it's like, and then now this kid, 3-3, and it's like, the reason I fought him was because they couldn't get anyone in New England to fight me. They offered the fight to like 3 different guys, and they all turned it down. So, you know, whoever they want to put in front of me, I don't care. Like, I'm down to bang. Let me bang, bro.
You're so young and you've gotten so much like good experience in your career so far. Is that something that you and your coaches kind of talked about and kind of designed to do early in your career? Or how did that come to be?
I think it just, my coaches see what they see in the practice room, and they know where I am mentally as an athlete. They know that, you know, you got to be a diamond made under pressure. And when they put me under the lights against these tough guys, they know I'll pull through.
And another thing, like with that pressure, like you've had, not only is it your birthday, not only it's for a title, there's been a lot of distractions the past maybe 6 months for you. How have you been able to fight through all that shit in the background and just kind of plug through? Because every time I see you, man, you're bright, you're a bright personality, you're very kind, it's like great talking to you. You get lifted up when we talk to you. So how have you fought through all that and just kind of kept that even keel?
Man, life's not easy. It's not supposed to be. You know what I mean? But that's what makes me a fighter. Fighters aren't just fighters in the cage, they're fighters of life. And that's something that my coach Tom always says, is that, you know, you have to be a martial artist first and then a fighter. Part of being a martial artist is dealing with all the adversity and trials and tribulations that life ultimately throws your way. And if you can deal with those trials and tribulations, the bullshit you're going to face in the cage is nothing. You know, yeah, I was able to deal with much greater difficulties in my life that ultimately have made it easier for me to go in there and have performances like that. So you have to take the bad and make it good.
Excellent.
What does that belt mean to you? I know we've talked about a lot of stuff, but like, what does it mean to you to have this? We talked in a lot of your interviews, like it seemed like that was the plan. You're talking about the belt, like that's to get the belt, let's fight for the belt. What does it mean to you to now actually have it?
Dude, it means that my hard work and everyone else's hard work, you know, has shown fruition. I, by no means, am a one-man show. You know, I have endless support from my family, my friends, my team. My team is pretty much like my family too, you know what I mean? So this isn't just a belt for me. This is a team win. This is a team belt.
Last for me, Shane. You mentioned you're starving, man. You know, lots of cards coming up. I know you're still, you know, doing your school thing. What's next for you?
Yeah, definitely. Well, doing the school thing, I have to go to class on Monday and say, hey, Professor, I'm Shane Dougherty. Nice to meet you. Sorry I haven't been in a couple of weeks. So I got to handle that. But we'll see. Not 100% sure yet.
Yeah, last one for me too. Anybody like to thank? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I see one of my t-shirts real quick? Thanks. I just don't want to forget it. It was my last interview I did. So, first things first, gotta thank my sponsors, Minds Media, The Chop Shop, Green Site Services Group, Dan Canary Nutrition, and Sports Performance, Heritage Maine and Real Estate, and Physical Therapy U. So, shout out to my sponsors. And then lastly, my team, USMMA, hashtag Tommy Havers Muay Thai, my family, my friends, and my fraternity Sigma Chi. Thanks so much, guys.
Awesome. Thanks so much.